Some folks down on the Gulf Coast, they thought they may never see snow. They may never see snow again. It has been truly a historic scenario playing out down there, and it's really thanks in part to how ridiculously cold how crazy it's gotten so far south. It's penetrated all the way down to the Gulf of Mexico. And that's the cold that we're dealing with here. That core of cold is shifting east here into the northeast. So look at this tonight. We've got temperatures falling into the single digits for the second night in a row. Wind chills sub-zero. And again, this isn't, the worst wind chill we've seen in that the winds are fairly light. We're not seeing whipping 20, 30 mile per hour winds that are just going to, blister your face. But again, it's just a little bit. That's all it takes for those feels like values to get below zero. And again, the core of the cold right now, you can see it right here in the deeper pinks, and these lighter colors are here, almost the whitish color here. Green Bay, Chicago, we're talking negative 15 to negative 20 wind chills there. Columbus, Ohio, 10 below. In Louisville, Kentucky, it feels like 0 right now. It feels like 13 in Atlanta, 15 in Nashville. And you have to pan even further south to see those sub-freezing wind chills. Not getting sub-zero this far south, but pretty close to it. Again, in places like Louisville and St. Louis, you're talking about right around 0. But right now it feels like 17 degrees in New Orleans. And of course, that's where the action is as far as the active weather, the wintry weather, the snow tapering off in New Orleans as we speak, moving into the, call it the Floribama Shore, the Pensacola to St. Joe area of the Panhandle, and riding up into Atlanta, Georgia, and eventually now we're starting to see Raleigh down to even Myrtle Beach and Charleston, South Carolina getting in on the snow as we head into tonight. You've got widespread winter storm warnings and winter weather advisories, something that gets lost in all of this hustle and bustle because of how wild things have been. Earlier today, you had a little part of the Texas-Louisiana border from Beaumont over towards Lake Charles that was under a blizzard warning. A blizzard warning. There, you can go hundreds of miles to the west and east and even north of that area has never seen a blizzard warning. And that area hadn't until today, and now we have to start the clock at 0. And it could be, who knows, 20, 30, 40 years until you see something like that again. Just because of how gusty the winds were in this area. That's why you saw that blizzard warning. Check out this purple area close to New Orleans. You're talking about nearly a foot of snow, double-digit inches of snow in this area. Again, that's crippling for a part of the country that doesn't really deal with this ever, let alone, a little bit, if it happens at all. As we take a look at the snow forecast now, again, Panhandle of Florida up to Georgia, South Carolina, and North Carolina as well, eventually tapering off around the Delmarva Peninsula here. That's plowable. That's 3 to 6 inches of snow there, maybe even a little bit more if you get some of those heavier bands. This is the same storm that's responsible for giving the Cape and the Islands some snow out there tonight. We'll show you that forecast again in a second. Outside of that, though, and maybe a flurry on Thursday, you can see it kind of popping into the bottom of your screen here, a little piece of energy that stays mainly south of the area and out over the ocean. We're dry and we're quiet through the weekend and into early next week. The temperatures will be moderating. We've got one more real, truly cold day coming up tomorrow. You've got tomorrow morning, temperatures will be around 6 here in Providence. Wind chills again sub-zero. We'll see that light snow developing as we head over the next several hours. Maybe just a few flakes and a dusting for the mainland. But as you get out towards the Cape, Martha's Vineyard and Block Island, we're going to go 1 to 2 inches here. And we could even see up around 3 inches out in Nantucket. So this is sort of an upside down storm. 20 tomorrow, sunshine aplenty, but still bitter, and those wind chills single digits to near 0, a little bit better in the afternoon. Thursday, partly to mostly cloudy with those flurries to the south, but we are back to the freezing mark. Boy, who would have ever thought that we'd get to 32 degrees and we'd be shooting off the confetti cannons and dropping the balloons from the ceiling, guys. Friday and Saturday, we've got mostly sunny skies, just about the same temperatures, and then even close to 40 degrees on Sunday. We'll see more clouds Sunday, Monday, but it looks like it could be a storm nearby. It looks like it'll pass us by, and continued quiet weather into next week.
Yeah, 32 is a warm-up.
It really is incredible.
Not often you can say that.
I know, and it's so wild because we've got such this, again, dangerous cold going on in the Northeast right now. It's crazy to think that there's something else going on across the country that could almost take our attention away from this, and all the stuff going on in the Gulf
things,
states.
yeah.
I mean, it's historic. That is not to mince words. It is absolutely historic. Again, they've never seen a blizzard warning. Parts of Louisiana and Texas.
They probably thought it was something wrong with their phone.
Right?
Like, what
Oh,
is
this
this?
can't be right. This got to be like a
The
test or
GPS
something.
is wrong, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
they don't have shovels or salts.
And you know well
Really,
from living
even
in that.
gloves at this point.
Right,
Yeah.
absolutely. You know very well from living in that neck of the woods how,
This
I
is
mean,
not
did you
normal.
even see any snow when you were
No,
down there?
and nobody knows how to drive in it, right? And it's not their fault because they didn't grow
No,
up
of
in it
course.
like we did. So.
Again, and they don't have salt trucks at the ready.
Correct.
We have
No
those
plows.
big silos of salt on the, along 95. You can see them when you're driving by. They don't have things like that. So,
Right.
yeah.